Hey, so what's going on, Mo?
Hey, Asalaamu Alakum,
Good to
bro.
see you, bro.
Asalaamu Alakum,
How you
my
doing?
brother. How you been? It's been a while, man.
I know, bro. I know, man. You looking good.
I
How you
appreciate
been?
that, man. You looking good too, man. Where you been at?
Hey, man. You know, just chilling, man. Just trying to work and relax.
Hey, alhamdulillah. Everything's good on my end too, man.
Good. What you doing nowadays, G?
Man, to be honest, alhamdulillah, life is good, man. I went and traveled for a little bit, came back, finished school. I got married, alhamdulillah, man.
Word. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. My man's tied the knot. You held the jersey up, bro.
It's a sunnah to get married early. You know how it is, man.
Yeah.
What about you, man? You looking good, man? What you been up to?
I mean, for real, I'm doing me, bro. I'm working and, doing my thing.
You working? Wait, you working, but you ain't married?
I mean, look, at this, like, I'm just trying to figure out, what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, we graduated around the same time, right?
Yeah.
And you
It's about 4 or 5 years ago, right?
still not married?
I'm nah.
Did you divorce?
No.
What?
Like, hold on. What does it matter? I mean, like,
No,
I'm just like, I'm just in a building phase right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to build my empire, start off right,
no,
find the
right.
right one.
I get that. Just we graduated around the same time, and you're supposed to get married young, and you've been working. I mean, what else is there? Like, just do it, man. Like, just get married, bro.
I wish it was that easy.
Are you okay? Like,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Oh man, why you hit me with all this pressure, bro? Like,
yo, those are real life conversations.
Yeah,
that we see, young, to be honest with you, man.
Bro, the worst is not when it's somebody who you knew or know. It's when you meet somebody for the first time and then they ask you.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, you're like, whoa. Dude, I've known you for all of 5 minutes and you're already trying to hook. You don't even know me. You don't know me.
Remember when we went out to DC and we met up?
Thurgood Marshall. Yeah.
Thurgood Marshall, and we met up with the brother. Maybe we can drop his name. Maybe we keep it.
No, keep that secret.
We'll keep it a secret. He's like, Asalaamu Alakum, brother. How y'all doing? He was covering his beard. He was like, yeah, I'm doing well. Okay, alhamdulillah. I was like, yo, you brothers married? We're like, yo.
That was literally like the second sentence out his mouth.
I was like, bro, you don't even know our names, man. Like, you brothers married? Nah, what?
I should have asked him which one is Jabril and which one's Mo.
The craziest thing is that he looked around the room to see the nearest sister that he can see. Wait, you ain't hold on.
Start going through his phone.
Like, let me see what I can hook you up with now. I just don't know if it's like, if it's like an obsession with them being the reason that you got married, or
so recently. I think maybe you said it, maybe someone else said it, but like, people want to get others married.
Yeah.
And because there's barakah in it, there's blessings in it. And I'm like, yo, leave me alone. Like, stop trying to use me to get your blessings. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, I thank you. I appreciate the consideration, but it's a little bit selfish right now. You're trying to hook me up for your own benefit. Like,
yeah, no, it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I think we talked about this earlier. It's like, what criteria are they trying to base that off of? Right. And it's like, you don't know what I just been through right now.
Yeah, you don't know where I'm at.
You don't know where I'm at in my life currently. I could have lost my dog. You know what I'm saying?
Astaghfirullah, you can't have dogs.
Yes, we can, as long as they're outside, not inside the house.
Oh, okay. Hey, nice catch.
Come on, cousin.
Nice catch.
Yeah, I lost my watchdog, but anyway.
Cujo. I think he got pneumonia.
But like, it's crazy, but it's it's a big comparison because I see young Muslims, mashallah, like I'm talking to, like, yeah, married and I got 2 kids. I'm like, how old are you? They're like, yeah, I'm 23, 24. I'm like, yo, I'm 27. Just throw that out there.
You know, married, and I get to travel
kids,
anywhere I want to go.
Not married, and I'm traveling, and no bash against him because alhamdulillah, I'm sure he's living a good life. But when I look at him, he doesn't look the happiest, And for me, most of the time, I wish transparency was the main component. You feel me? Like, I wish they would tell me, like,
he would be straight up about
like,
how they feel about it.
Like, I've never had somebody to sit me down like, yo, brother, look, I want you to get married and everything, but marriage is hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. Marriage is hard. You have tough conversations. You get into different predicaments that you may not be used to. In-laws, like, people need to talk about in-laws more. Like, how do you deal with in-laws? How do you deal with that cultural barrier, marrying somebody outside your culture? Just make it happen. Allah gonna bless. Allah gonna bless it regardless. You know what I'm saying? If you do it right.
I know you're passionate.
I'm hyped.
You're in it. I know that energy drink you had is coursing through your veins.
We need to keep this joint out, don't we?
We need to start it.
All right, let's get it, bro.
You know what you do, bro.
You already know, bro.
Let's get it.
Tres, dos, uno.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jabril Salam.
And Muhammad Hassan.
And you are listening to the Young and Muslim Podcast.
Asalaamu Alakum, everybody.
Everybody, I hope you all are doing super, super well today.
Super duper.
So we put up a video on our Instagram.
We did.
Asked you guys what you want to hear and see from us.
Talk to us.
And you guys said a lot about relationship stuff.
Tons.
And we looked at other stuff and people said the same thing.
We were seeking.
And so now we're not seeking, we're doing.
We're delivering.
For you guys.
Yes.
Oh, man. The vibe is right today.
The vibe is on.
We hope that all you guys are having an amazing start to your Wednesday morning, or whether you're listening to this Wednesday afternoon, or whether you're listening to this 2 years down the line, or whether you're listening to this and you're one of my grandchildren.
But if you are listening this Wednesday, remember, it is the last day of Shawwal. If you can fast, cool. If you're not fasting, it's okay. Because you won't know.
Oh, dang, I didn't put it in my mental to fast
tomorrow
or today, whenever this podcast comes out.
I'll talk about it offline. Yeah, trust me.
I did not put that in my mental.
But anyway, in the beginning of the show, we had a little skit of some of the, I wouldn't say daily conversation. I mean, it's probably turning daily now.
It's
right?
becoming daily for me. It seems like every day somebody's like, bro, you married? You married?
At first, it was tough, like hearing it from your uncles and stuff like that, from family members. But I'm not around them as much because, you know, the podcast, traveling, and work. Now I'm hearing that from my friends, from my peers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah.
And that's when you really start feeling like, dog, am I feeling that life right now? When everyone around me is like, bro, like, you're not married yet? Like, dude, what are you waiting for? Just like, people act like it's Nike, just do it. Like, bro, like, this is marriage, bro. This is a big part of.
I know.
Like, here's what I think. I think in Western society, we put a lot of significance on marriage because that's just, you know, we romanticize marriage a lot. You know, marriage is more than just a romantic lovey-dovey stuff. However, I know for me personally, I look at it like, yo, like, shorty's got to be right because I'm crazy. I'm intense. So, like, if you can't, like, you got to be able to keep up with the insanity that is me in my life. Yeah. And I don't have time to be getting divorced and stuff.
I was just about to say that.
I'm just going to mail you the papers and be like, all right, cool, we done. On to the next. Like, I'm making moves.
It's okay to divorce. Don't get that wrong. But you just don't want to go through that. I just don't want to go through that. We're not saying that the first person that we're going to find is going to be the one. But dang, like, I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? I know what I want. You know what you want. So if I can get close as I can to that, I'm good. You feel me?
Exactly.
I'm good. But if I'm just coming in blindfolds and just, you know, relaying on the nearest sheikh that I barely even know, imam, to pick somebody for me, I'm not rolling the dice on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So kind of like we were saying before, when we went out to the Thurgood Marshall Center, we went out there, we met with the brother, right? And we recently just had another instance where a sister DM'd us and was like, hey, are you guys single? I have somebody who I think would be a good fit. The thing is, you don't know me. Like, let's be real about it.
Well, for her, it's a little bit different because she DM'd us on the Young and Muslim Instagram, so she knows a little more than what the guy knows.
But the point is this: like, for as much as we reveal on here, as much of ourselves that we put out here, you guys just don't know me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys.
I'm sorry, listeners, bro.
like, when you see me in the streets, homie, you don't know me. Like, y'all don't know me. Like, let's be real about it. Like, so if one of you random listeners, one of our random beloved, awesome listeners sees me and you're like, hey, I think I know somebody that would fit well with you, I'm gonna be like, how do you know? Like, first off,
did you take the Myers-Briggs test? Like,
what's your ENFIP note? Like, what's your, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work like that. Yep. I don't like random people trying to hook me up with their sister-in-law or whoever it is, because you don't know who I am. You don't know what I got going on right now.
Have you ever done that?
Have I done that? Like,
have you ever tried to hook somebody else up in regards to marriage?
No.
I was about to say, I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't want that responsibility.
That's a lot.
I don't want to. First off, I'm still trying to figure out who I need to be with. I can't tell you who you need to be with.
Look, I'm still lonely. I still got things I'm trying to figure out. Trust me, I am not stable in the mind to be making those type of recommendations.
Exactly.
Maybe if you need a good movie in a restaurant.
Exactly. The thing is, though, is there's this pressure, right, in the Muslim community to get married, and so instead of us being like, hey, like there's this
you're talking about like overall encompassing from your peers.
No, I'm just saying like from Muslims in general, when it comes to marriage, there's this pressure, right? Yeah. Where instead of them being like, hey, like I know, you know, the sister, she's really cool. I think she would be really cool for you to get to know. Like maybe I can set you two up to like all come and hang out with us. We're going bowling. You should come.
Make it real light.
Like, make it casual.
No,
make
it all right, cool. In my head, I'm like, all right, cool. We're just gonna go bowling, and then if I strike up a conversation with her, that's what
but bro, it can't be on some this sister, she's trying to get to know you for the sake of marriage, like okay, cool, I get that, but as Muslims, that intent should already be known, right? Like if I know she's Muslim and I'm Muslim, and it's like, hey, like I think y'all should get to know each other, like obviously it's like, okay, I'm trying to see where this can go to get married. Like I'm not just trying to talk to you because I'm trying to gain another bestie.
And
granted, let's go to that point. Then
it can turn into
that. And if anything, that's what you want. So I actually retract what I just said. You actually want to get to know somebody for them to become your friend, because what I see a lot of times is that people are getting married to people, right, very quickly, but are they friends yet?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Do they have that connection? You know what I'm saying? I would much rather marry someone that I'm friends with first and that I know and they understand me in different ways than, you know, going through a questionnaire of 100 questions. Like this one, I was talking to this one sister, she wanted me to go online and answer like a 150 question test. I was like, shorty, then I'm not for you, because I finished school a long time ago.
She's sitting there like, you ain't Muslim enough, Kazo.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good. Pass.
But, you know, for all you listeners out there, like, oh no, well, you can't be. Well, think about it. We're not talking about like, you can still be friends with somebody. We're not talking about going out and do all this other stuff. You can literally have a conversation. Like, think about how many people you know in your community, how many sisters that you meet, that you guys have volunteer service and stuff like that. Like, you get to know those people for who they are, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Jabril was saying
there's no pressure.
And there's no pressure on that. Then why all of a sudden, like, you guys, there's a pressure gets thrown on and you guys are in a room alone and somebody's watching, it's like
Wally's in there breathing down there.
Somebody talk.
Too close, brother. Too close.
It's almost like the Rami episode. Too much small talk.
He's like, relax, brother, relax. She would never get to know the real you.
But we're not saying that you don't need a Wally. All that we're saying is that we're taking a step back, and it's like, yo, it's okay to know people within your community. You feel me? And to be honest, for me, I think it's good to go out there and learn more about yourself and just not really put yourself out there, but let people know that you're in the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I remember this one imam, actually is Mufti Minka. He had a great point. He's like, look, when you're looking, I think he was talking about maybe the parents, hey, when your daughter's looking to get married to somebody, go to the local imam, right, or sheikh in the community and ask about them. Sure, you go to the community here in Leesburg, they know about us. You know what I'm saying? Alhamdulillah, we come in every day, we pray door. You go about your community back home in Norfolk, they gonna know you because the imam is your pops.
He was like, I don't know about him. You watch out.
Are you sure you are him?
Yeah, he a little crazy.
I got another brother down the street. No, but for real though, it's like, be active in the community already, because you already know those people. You already be in there. You feel me? And then you're already building those friendships along the way. You know. Then it's like, then you might see somebody that you talk to a little bit more and everything like that. Then you can kind of just spark up that conversation, become more friends.
At the end of the day, bro, there's no rush, right? Like, people feel like, look, the fact of the matter is,
what's the real pressure? I feel like it's an imagination.
It's an imagination. It's imaginative pressure, because you know what, people, they try and put fearmonger you, right? They're like, you got to hurry up because you don't know. You want to hurry up and get married because something might happen.
Not only that, they says get married because you want your kids to be able to play with you when you're older. Have you heard stuff up here? You heard people, like some people say that?
I got grandkids. I can have grandkids and maybe great grands. Like, I'm Gucci. Yeah. Like I'm not worried about that, right? What concerns me is being able to give the children that I want to have one day, inshallah, the life that I want to provide. Like, I want to build a life that I'm happy with, and then I can add someone on who wants to go down that same road, that same track, but like if I get married to someone because, you know, it's just like, oh, let me hurry up and do this. Yeah. And like, I don't feel like being on a hunt right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm on the hunt to figure out me and what I'm doing. And there's all this pressure to go and find this person. But it's like, it needs to be organic. For me personally, it has to be organic. I don't feel like going on no blind dates. You know how many movies I've seen where they do all this, and then the moral of the story is always the same. The person who is always around, where it was a friend, it was organic, that's always the person who is best for you.
I like that reference. But no, you should think about it though. Women have so much more pressure than men. Because think about it, right? Women, sister, you're 25 years old. Who's going to want to marry you now? You know what I'm saying? Like, legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, sister, you're too old. Like, you gotta get married young. Like, nobody's gonna want you at that age. You know what I'm saying?
What's wild is that, you know,
and that's sick. That's something crazy.
Yeah, no, it is. Like, it is sick.
That's sick.
And I'm not a sister. I'm not a woman. Yeah, exactly. So I can't say. I'm gonna say this, but take it with a grain of salt. So for all my, you know, all of our sister listeners, take what I say. You know, don't take it personal. They have a biological clock, right? Where we don't. I can pop out a kid at 90, whereas women.
We were actually so funny. We were talking about that today, and with some coworkers, they were saying the same thing. They're like, "Yo, like you guys," it's a woman that said that. You men are lucky. Like you don't have a. She's the same. Subhana said the same. So you guys don't have a clock. Like you guys can go a lot. Biological clock. Yeah, biological clock. You guys can go a lot longer than women. Women's not the same way. So.
Exactly. So there is that innate pressure to like I want to hurry up, get married, and that's why a lot of women like I want to do that's older than me because he'll be more mature, more established, and then if I have a kid, then we don't have to worry, that sort of thing. So I get that. Yeah. But at the same time, in the times that we live in, the liberties that women have, they have the liberties to build enterprises and build, you know, these amazing lives that we all want for ourselves, but are we willing to make the changes and sacrifices in order to get to those things? Right? So it's twofold. You delay a little bit, and then long run, you might be able to build the life that you want, but you might sacrifice a little bit of time that you would have had having kids. So the way I see it from my, you know, skewed point of view is you got to let women do what's best for them because each woman is different. There's some women that want to have kids at 24, 25. There's some women that don't want to have kids until they're in their 30s. And it's very possible for them to have kids in their 30s. And the other thing, to go back to what you're saying about being able to play your grandkids, the fact of the matter is, right, people, Muslims specifically, try to fearmonger one another into saying, oh, you might, you know, you need to have them before something happens, right? You have kids. But the fact of the matter is, people are living a lot longer than they ever have, especially in this country.
Only Allah knows that.
And only Allah knows when your time is going to come, right? So if statistically, if we just do mathematically, right, like we're living longer, that means that I have a better chance of finding someone who's, one, right for me, and then two, living longer so that I can spend more time with my family. And so having kids at 21, 22, 23, in your 20s isn't as big of a deal. I'm not saying it's not as big of a deal, but there isn't as much of a pressure when you understand that it's likely that we can live a lot longer than our parents.
But that pressure never goes away. So for women, that pressure, you know, once again, this is from the outside looking in because I have sisters and a lot of women relatives. Their pressure starts from they were young. You know, hey, you gotta learn how to cook really well. You gotta learn how to clean because when you get married,
are we really that sick?
You know, like think about it.
Are Muslims really that sick where they
from a young age?
Wow.
So like, hey, you got to start cooking and cleaning so your man, so you can satisfy your man, right? Then after that, it's like, hey, look, they didn't talk about education. Sometimes just like, hey, look, you got to hurry me get married. Then after you get married, alhamdulillah, married, you got to have a kid right away. Don't wait. Then you have a kid. Then you got to have another one. Next thing you know.
Yo, I'm sick to my stomach, bro.
Next thing you know, Shawty's like 22 years old with 5 kids. And then the parents like, all right, man, alhamdulillah, that's good. Now to slow down. It's like, dude, you guys just pressured me my whole life. Now I got married. I got 5 kids now. Like, what do you want me to do?
You don't get to live a life. No. You don't get to live your life. I was on Instagram.
It's harder. You can still live a life, but it's hard.
But what is the likelihood of someone that has 2-3 kids to be able to accomplish, you know, what they originally set out to do? It happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. We saw that was proof with the Somali event.
Shout out,
man, that sister was amazing, right? 6 years old and got her, was it her master's or a doctorate? I I think it was a master's.
She got a bachelor's and got her master's with her daughter.
Yeah, with her daughter. So it was amazing. Mashallah. However, that's not reality for everyone.
That's a rarity.
And yeah, exactly.
She was an exception.
So to go through that, it's not likely. And we gotta start putting this pressure on the women and the men, because I mean, there's dude.
Well, what was the pressure? The pressure on the men was like, after we graduated college, just like get a job. What pressure was there?
Bro, I've been my dad. We used to go to these conventions when I was younger. My dad used to be like, "Oh, there's a little Mussolini for you right there." I was like, "Yo, Dad, I'm 14. All right. First off, I'm just trying to play ball, man. I'm just trying to.
I'm trying to play soccer.
Yeah, I'm just trying to play soccer. Like you were definitely tripping right now. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So it's always it's been like for fun and games, but at the same time. Like, for instance, we went to a conference and there was this, like, people putting, oh, here's my daughter, here's my, and I'm like, yo, like, I really just want to come here to enjoy myself and enjoy my time, because if y'all didn't know, it's like you said, people don't know what you've been through. Yeah. My last 2 years before the podcast were freaking hectic. Yeah. And the headspace I need to be in was not with trying to be married with somebody, or even to, like, get to know somebody. I had to figure out me.
And that's the thing, who knows you better than yourself? Think about it. Somebody comes into a new town, gets a new job, and just left their family. You really expect them to get married right away? How? You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, they don't know. People don't know. So we have this issue where it's
taking advice from people that don't even know you.
And it's culturally acceptable for everybody to be like, oh, you should get married. Oh, are you single? Are you married?
Yeah.
And again,
you're right. It is culturally accepted.
It's culturally acceptable amongst Muslims to do that. But it's like, dude, like, we need to figure out a better way to do this amongst ourselves and amongst our peers, where it's like we don't put this pressure that makes us say, oh, I have to only get to know her because I'm gonna marry her. And if I don't want to get to know her for marriage, I can't talk to her or get to know her at all.
And then you miss potentially a good friend, a good advocate in the community, somebody that could potentially be your business partner. You know what I mean? There's so many different things.
We treat, as Muslims especially, we treat the opposite sex as though we're only transactional.
Yeah.
We don't try and build relationships with people of the opposite sex because we are so weak in our own iman and our own belief in ourselves. We lack so much self-control that we can't be friends with somebody to help build something. Like, yo, I would love to go on business with one of the women that I'm friends with, because I have a couple in mind, because I'm like, yo, like, they're smart, they're doing their thing, they're on their grind. It's like they're doing more than a lot of the dudes that I know.
I'm about to say, hey, you can trust them better than men.
Exactly. So it's like, but if I'm with them, it's like, oh, are y'all married? It's like, no, dummy. Like, yo, this is my friend. We're business partners. We work together.
But it's only for Muslim women, though. You know what I'm saying? So if you're there chilling with your coworker Susie and you guys giving high fives and hugging, like, oh, I know it's okay, it's your coworker, you know. As soon as you even rub shoulders with a Muslim woman, it's a wrap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or you say Asalaamu Alakum to a Muslim woman, they looking away. It's like, yo, like so you guys want me to reserve Muslim women only to be my bed women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only have children and only like build a life with you. I can't really build a relationship outside of marriage. I mean, I've done it pretty well, and I like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not perfect. Yeah. However, I think that I've built genuine, lasting relationships with certain women that's completely friends.
Yeah, no.
And they're enjoyable to talk to, and like, you know, you can talk to a woman differently than you can a man about certain things that, like a business deal, right? We had a meeting recently and it didn't go how we wanted. One of the sisters that I've been talking to, she's been helping me figure certain things out, right? There's no pressure between us, and I love it. Now, I mean, you know, she trying to be habibti. I mean, anyway, but I mean,
ding.
But seriously though, like, we have to cut this cord that says that every time you talk to someone of the opposite sex, it has to be for the sake of marriage, because that's just not right. It's completely transactional.
I mean, dude, how can you build, like, this is the best of civilizations, or the best of the communities are the ones that have strong women, you know? But we definitely want to refer back to our holy Quran, and look at the text, because obviously we only know so much. So this verse right here, after reading, definitely going to reflect on it. So it's from the Quran, obviously, Surah 31, Ayah 21. Surah 30, Ayah 21. It says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And among his signs is this, that he created for you mates from among yourselves, that you may dwell in peace and tranquility with them. And he has put love and mercy between your hearts. Verily, in that are signs for those who reflect. So that's what I was telling you about earlier when I was reading this. I was like, okay. So it says that he created for you mates from among yourselves. So when I see that, I'm like, mates from somebody that's almost like me. Somebody that I can kind of relate to, right? Because have you ever met somebody, whether it's just a friend or somebody, like, yo, like this is like my how can I say it? This is like my soulmate,
Yeah, like y'all catch a
like
vibe
pause,
very
like
early.
no homo, like me, like this is my man's
my
right
soulmate.
here. You know what I'm saying? This is my soulmate. You know what I'm saying?
I was reading something. It wasn't a Muslim. I think it might have been a Buddhist. One of my friends, he was telling me about this guy. He was saying that, it was when we saw my man Christian. Remember?
Yeah.
It was when we saw Christian. He said that we have this ideal, this romanticized Western notion that a soulmate is only one person that you meet in a lifetime. But you have multiple soulmates that have multiple different relationships within your life. So you have friends that like for a lifetime, and they're your soulmates. Like y'all always meant to be friends. Y'all always going to attract towards one another. And if we're lucky, we're able to find a soulmate who we're meant to spend our sexual energy and emotional energy to that higher power, to that higher level. So yeah, you my soulmate, bro.
Yeah, and then the good thing about it is that because I know myself and we know each other, like we're not arguing a lot. Like usually it's really peaceful around us. You know what I mean? Really just chilling, laughing, having a good time. And I want that same energy and that same compassion with my partner, with my wife. You know what I mean? So it's like if we don't have that compatibility and I don't feel like she's among my soul, like she's not from me, then it's like, why move forward from it? It's a sign. You know what I'm saying? It's among his signs, right? So
because you set that, because you know what that standard is.
Because you know what that standard is.
You're like, I know what it feels like to be in a friendship like this, and I need my wife to be able to be on that same level of friendship.
Even better. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you. But look at that. It
says, verily, in that are signs for those who reflect. But you won't know that unless you reflect. And what does reflection mean? Reflection means you getting to know yourself.
Exactly.
Right? Getting to know your situation. Getting to know what you're going through. Not just seeing somebody randomly in mind trying to hook you up with somebody. You feel me? That's not reflecting.
My man, Mo. Hey, let me fan you on because you're on fire, boy. You're on fire, boy.
Like Missy Elliott right now. All right.
Yeah. And there's the other part of it where, they say get to know the sister, like, oh, get to know her for the sake of marriage, right? But I feel like when you're friends, you get to know somebody, like I said before, you get to know them organically at your own pace.
For who they are.
Because when you're getting to know somebody for marriage, you're going to ask all the right questions.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're not going to show, you're not going to show those dirty cards, you know what I'm saying?
You have seen multiple sides of me, right? And there's certain women who have seen multiple sides of me because we're just friends. But if that friendship does turn into something, it's like they know what's up. They know that I'm a little bit out there. Yeah. You feel me? And that's cool because then it's not like it's not like one day we're going to be laying in bed and I come on the fan. They're like, I don't like sleeping with the fan on. You're like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean?
And for those, like I said, for those listening, don't think when we say friends, like this is a girl that we're doing a whole bunch of stuff with. No, that's not what we're thinking. I know that some people, like, some haram police probably thinking right now, like, oh, no, brother, you can't have friends. So, like, yo,
I can't have NWA when it comes to haram police.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't have somebody to study with. Like, if you have kids that go to college, more than likely they have Muslim woman friends.
Or they just have woman friends.
Yeah, exactly, just a woman friend. So don't get it twisted. Don't be naive.
Don't be shocked. We need to put more trust into one another to actually have platonic relationships.
That's a good point. That's a great point, bro. So,
So here's the other thing that I've come to realize your non-negotiables, right? Remember we went to the Young Muslim Hangout.
And I think we talked about this in one of our previous episodes as well, about the non-negotiables. Yeah,
you gotta have non-negotiables. But here's what I've learned since that episode, where I think I'm ready to get married, right? And then the other one,
check it out.
I think I'm ready to get married. What was it, like episode 34, 35, something like that? Check it out. It was like early December, something like that, right? Where we talked about non-negotiables. And my aunt, who was running the seminar, she said every married couple has to have non-negotiables before they go into marriage, so you know the things that you can settle without or not, right? However, what she failed to mention during that is that as you mature, as you get older, your non-negotiables also mature, and they start to move around. So for me, I was like, oh man, like shorty has to love soccer. Like, when I go and watch football, like she has to be. Like, I want her to be with. But it's not. You know, my mom said something to me. I think it was last year. She was like, you know, your dad really loves basketball. Kobe, you already know what it is. My dad loves the Black Mamba, goat up in the house. So she was like, but I don't really like football and basketball, but I like it because he likes it. So when he watches it, it makes him happy, and then vice versa. Like he might sit and watch some shows that maybe he's not into, but we're doing it together, and that's our time together, and we enjoy because we enjoy one another's enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that non-negotiable that I had, and other non-negotiables. Like I need a shorty that can skate backwards. We gotta be able to go to the ice skating rink and cut a rug. Like no, you know what I'm saying? Like that, like small trivial things that didn't matter. And obviously I'm joking. The soccer I'm not, but obviously I'm joking, right? Like my non-negotiables a year ago are completely different than they are now. Not even completely. They've matured. I've understood more about what we're doing, what we're growing right here. So obviously I need someone who is also going to understand what it is that I do and where I'm headed. And if you don't have someone like that, I don't know how people that are young do it, because if I got married at 22, 23, I didn't understand myself. Yeah. I don't know how I would have been able to be right for somebody at that age, because I wasn't even right for me.
Oof. But brother, get married, man. That's half your deen.
But let me ask you this. How can I love someone else if I can't truly love myself yet?
You can't.
You can't love yourself if you don't know yourself. You can't love someone you don't know. You know, somebody actually said about the Prophet, peace and praise be upon him. They said a lot of us don't really know the Prophet. We don't know his story. We don't understand his story. And we wonder why we don't, you know, have this strong feelings for him, because we don't know him. Yes. And you have to take the time to get to know him. To love him. I've been lucky where I've had parents that have been teaching me years and years, and, you know, I've been able to do my own research and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like what we do, so I get to understand it and have that love, right? But the love isn't even at its fullest. No. But if I flip it back to myself, like I've spent a lot of time getting to know me, meditation, sprint, all that stuff. So I love myself. Like my man Kendrick said, I love myself.
Dude, that is a great example, because that's what they say. Like, to truly love our Prophet, peace and praise be upon him, you got to learn about his life. You got to look at his life, look at what he did, who he talked to, what type of person he was. You got to do the same thing with yourself. You know what I mean? I love that. That's a great point, because how can you love yourself if you don't know yourself, you know? And also, going back to the non-negotiables, this hadith kind of covers it, because, to be honest, there's, like, when it comes to being a good person, you know what I mean? That's a non-negotiable for me. Just like that person has to be a pious woman, but, you know, maybe she doesn't have to be the most religious, but it has to be somebody that knows herself, knows about the deen, but just has a good iman, and just has a good character, you know?
We underestimate that. I think we massively underestimate that. We overestimate the stuff that is more on the outside.
Like the textbook stuff?
The textbook stuff. We overestimate the textbook stuff, right? Like, we overestimate, can you speak Arabic? Or we overestimate, like, you know, like, how do you dress, right? We overestimate that stuff, the outwardly stuff. Excuse me. But we underestimate how do you treat people? What, like, that is something that I genuinely pay attention to that I didn't pay attention to a year or two ago.
Bro, look at this hadith right here, right? This hadith is
hit me with it.
Hadith from Sahih al-Muslim. Sound hadith. It says, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, a woman is normally sought as a wife for her wealth, beauty, nobility, or religiousness, adherence to Islam. But choose a religious woman and you will prosper. We get that. But this part right here reminds me of what you always talk about. It's also from Sahih. A Muslim is the whole world is a provision, and the best object of benefit of the world is the pious woman.
You want to break that down?
So first talked about, like we talked about, you gotta find a religious woman, right? Somebody that prays, somebody that fasts, that does the 5 pillars of Islam, like basics. Like you gotta have that, right?
Yeah.
Then you have to find a woman that understands that the whole world is our the whole world is Allah's backyard. You know what I mean? So the whole so when it says a pious woman, this is a pious woman for the world. Somebody that's gonna benefit the world. You feel me? Somebody that's gonna make sure what.
Trying to leave the world a better place.
Better than what they came. Somebody that makes sure that they clean up, you know, they don't litter. Make sure they help somebody that's in need, somebody that's hungry, you know what I mean? So it's not just like you said, it's not from the outside.
It's not just about,
it's better,
reading.
It's about, when I see this, I just see a pure heart, you know what I mean? This is somebody that has a great heart, and I'll take somebody that has a great heart over anything else, because everything else can be taught. But being a good person, having good character,
that's very hard to teach.
That is very hard to teach.
Only Allah can guide you there.
I mean.
Wow. So yeah, I think. Oh my God, we killed this one.
Why I feel like it's one of those songs. What is this like? God damn, where'd you find this?
Damn, homie, where'd you find this one?
Where'd you find this?
DJ Molly. Where you found this one, son? No, you're right though. Like, look, people have been asking us to single in on one thing, and we talked about marriage a lot before. We've done it. We've done this talk, but from personal experience, since I've been here in this area, since I've been in the DMV, like it's outrageous, bro.
It's a hot topic.
And it's funny because I'm getting it from young people. It used to be what, you know, when I was growing up, I get from older people, obviously because I was younger than everybody. But like I get from the old heads. Now it's like everybody's trying to get you married out here.
Do you think you could really take advice from somebody that just got newlywed, has been married for 6 months?
No, because they don't even know their own marriage.
That's still the honeymoon stage,
bro. If you have not been married for longer than 6 years, don't talk to me about marriage. Don't, because you guys are still figuring out if he leave the toilet seat up or down, if she take all the covers, if she leaves her makeup all like, nah, bro, like get out of here, dog. Y'all still figuring things out, and that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like the glorious part about marriage is that it is a partnership that takes time to get better, right? Just like a good friendship, like a friendship takes time. But the best marriages I've seen are the people who were friends, or better yet, they were set up by people who they were friends with for a long time.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And they had mutual friends for a while.
See, it would have been different if you come to me like, hey, Muhammad, I have somebody that, you know, I think you'd be a good fit. I'm taking that. I mean, taking that meeting.
For nothing. I mean, it's kind of situation right now because your man. Hey, don't get twisted. Your boy has looked out.
You feel me? And then it's like if I find somebody for you, you're gonna take that recommendation. But if you see somebody that you met 1 or 2 times, and they're like, hey, I have somebody be a good fit for you, it's like,
you don't know me.
What are you a good fit, bro? What are you talking about?
Exactly.
You know. So not to reiterate on that. Oh, also, do you think that all this pressure is keeping Muslims away from marriage? Do you think like they're almost pushing the kids away from that, like our age? What do you think?
So I referenced it earlier. There was this post on Muslim American Faces. This is actually a very good platform. I hope all you guys can go and follow.
Yes.
My sister Heidi,
doing
amazing.
Great things.
You're doing amazing things. I was actually one of the interviewees on there. I had an amazing time. I have done, dozens of interviews, and that was honestly one of the top 3 I've ever been on. Cause she's an amazing interviewer. She's so good at what she does. And she interviewed this sister where she said that, I got married young, and there was obviously a lot of pressure around it. And then within the first year, I had a child, and by the next year, we were divorced. And like this, she was just like in the picture. She was emotional in the picture, and just like, damn, like, why do we put this pressure on one another to do this to ourselves? I feel like there's tremendous pressure on us to. Hold on, what was your question again?
The question is, with all this pressure, is that keeping kids our age away from marriage? Is almost pushing us away from marriage?
I don't think it's pushing us away from marriage. I think that it's just pushing us towards bad marriages.
Ooh.
Or it's not pushing us towards the right marriages for us.
My man.
It's kind of like all these social media gurus and people that give a bunch of advice, right? They're pushing certain people in the wrong direction by being too loud. Sometimes you got to let people figure out things for themselves.
They have to.
And you try and give them little bitty pointers,
little adjustments.
Like, let them figure things out. Let them talk to someone and get to know them. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Just like, hey, like, why didn't? Okay, I understand. Like,
now I know what I don't like.
Exactly.
Now I know what I don't like.
How you ever going to know what you don't like if you've only ever talked to one person?
Yeah. Silence.
That's like eating a turkey sandwich and being like, yeah, I don't like roast beef. Well, have you ever tried it?
No.
Well, there you go.
All good points, man. Like, if you're listening and you're looking to get married or you're kind of feeling that pressure, just take a deep breath and really ask yourself, like, why do I want to get married? And is this person I'm looking to get married to, like, is this a good fit for me? Is this a good fit for my dunya, my akhirah, for my family? Is this person compatible with me? Like, do I love them? Because love is an action. Like, love is a noun. Or is that a verb?
I think it's a bit of both. It's a thing and it's an action. Like, you have to show people you love them, but it's also a force. It's a thing.
It has to be consistent.
Yeah.
And you can't love somebody one day. You got to love somebody every single day.
But you can't love somebody until you actually go through things with them. I don't think you know how we romanticize marriage.
We couldn't really be good friends if we didn't go through those struggles.
Exactly. Like, bro, we've fought like fist fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm 3-0.
Like, nah, that now your forehead said differently though.
I'm 3-1. He blindsided me, cuz.
Chill. Hey, we wrecked my grandma's table though. I'm still blown about that. I'm still blown. But like love comes over time, right?
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that you love instantly are your parents. The only people you love instantly are your parents.
If I said money.
Mr. Grass, money.
The only thing you love instantly with that money, cash come out the ATM. That's the only love.
I love you, Benjamin.
No questions asked. I'm gonna continue.
I need that Benjamin Franklin. But anyways, like, the only people that you love instantly are your parents. And other than that, you have to build trust and a real relationship with people. You don't have best friends overnight. No. You don't have best friends overnight.
BFFs, no.
And you can't love a woman just because, you had sex with her now and y'all bro, you're still getting to know this person. Like, you're getting to understand their life. You're combining a life. Yeah. I think the Muslim community has an issue for me where I feel as though a lot of people underestimate the importance of getting to know someone for marriage. Like, I've heard different things. Like, I've heard brothers say, like, I met my wife and we got married within 3 months, or I met my wife and it took a couple years for us to. There was this one story I remember reading. This dude took 8 years to get to marry a woman. It wasn't because he was like delaying. It was like parents didn't. It was like so many obstacles, and he stuck with it, and they finally got married. But by the time they got married, they were such good friends because they actually had known each other like a year or two before that. But like, you know what story I'm talking about?
No, I mean, after you did, I want to share a similar story. Go ahead. So I was going through the Muslims of the World book a few months back, shout out, and there was a story between this, I think there was a guy, he was from Asia, and not the whole continent, I forgot where he was specifically, and he was talking to an African, I think she might have been from Congo, but anyway, the guy came and approached her dad, and her dad was like, yo, okay, well, show me what you got, like, show me what you know. He didn't know much of the Quran or nothing, so he's like, you know what, I'm not ready. So he went back and he started studying up for 2 years, and the girl helped him study. So they were good friends for those 2 years. They were talking, and then once,
that's what's up.
He came back, was ready to meet the pops, and they all loved him. But they built that bond. Like, that bond was so strong at that point. You know what I mean? And they were good friends, even though they weren't seeing each other. They were building that bond. So I thought that was awesome.
At the same time, though, they were seeing each other. Because don't get it twisted. Okay, they were friends, but if they knew, like, I got feelings for you, like, bro, that almost constitutes as dating, right? Like, it's basically the same thing. If we're going out, we're studying together, we're constantly together, and we both know what the vibes are. Yeah, Shorty, you know what the vibes are. If you know what it is, then it's like, okay, bet. Then it is what it is. Like,
but
we're keeping it straight up.
You know his intention. His whole point is like, look, this is for what? This is the end goal. We're not talking about finessing, but that's for another day, another topic.
Yeah. What's sucky about that is, I mean, Never mind. Well, no, never mind. What I was gonna say was, you know, and I got to read the story obviously, and I don't know the story. Only gives certain context, right?
Yeah.
You know, him learning the Quran, he did it for her, but what's dope about it is that at the end of the day, he probably realized like it was much bigger than the father and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's what I really like about that story. It was like at the end of the day, he probably was like, "Yo, this is so much bigger than y'all."
Like, y'all,
you know,
y'all little people.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so if any of you guys are feeling that pressure, you guys like us, like I definitely have been feeling that pressure lately.
Because we're not married, so we feel that every single day.
I just got a DM tonight talking about, hey, you want to get married? I got somebody for you. I was like, do you know me? I don't even know you.
We can set it up right now.
I've met you 2 times. Now, I'm not saying that I don't appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
And that I hate getting these messages because I'm like, yo, I'm flattered.
And gassed up.
Hey, my head is huge right now. Watch the YouTube videos if you guys aren't watching it. But
his head is growing right now, airhead style.
So I don't want to give off this persona that like I never want anybody to ever approach me and say, all right, but like, you know, let's ease up a little bit. Let's be a little less forward.
I think that was the whole point of this conversation.
Let's be a little bit more accommodating to people and say, hey, all right, let's do the skit again. But this time, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to do it how we think it should go.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Hey, what's good, Mo?
Hey, Asalaamu Alakum, brother. Bro. What's going on, bro?
Long time no see, bro. How you been? Looking good, dog. Got the beard growing out.
I appreciate that. Been taking care of myself, man. What about you? What you been up to?
Self-care is important, bro. You know me, man. I'm just working, dude. And, you know, I moved and I'm just grinding, man. Grinding my city, trying to find my way.
Hey, I hear you, man. So what's new? Like, what's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm literally just working. I'm playing ball and you know, cooking for myself. You know, living alone, man, is tough. It's
I
tough,
like
dude.
that, man. I bet, like you said, it's a new city, finding a new job. Like, you know, I hope you're good mentally. You know how, you know, you keeping up with your prayers. You've been meditating, like taking care of yourself.
Yeah, dude. You know, just doing my thing, bro. Just really trying to ground myself.
Alhamdulillah, man. You know, same here for me. You know, not married yet.
No.
Not married yet, but you know, it'll come, right? Just like yourself, just trying to ground myself, trying to take care of my family, and make sure that I'm good first before I bring somebody else into my life. You know, so
But you know what? I'm actually going out with some friends.
Okay.
Tomorrow, right? And there's this one girl there. First off, shawty fine,
Mashallah.
right? But I think y'all two might be able to hit off a little bit. So, you know, we're all going out, no pressure. If you guys just want to, you know, I can introduce you if, you know, there's something you want to do.
Okay, that might not be bad. Just let me know, you know, just show me over the details. We can go out, and as long as we all go out in a group and it's good vibes and good setting.
Yeah, of course. What do you think? We're going to leave you guys alone? Come on. I know who you is. I know who you is.
Don't play like that, brother. It's been a while.
But nah, man. Yeah,
My ways have changed.
Yeah, bro. We're all going to go out. We're going to have a good time, bro, and just cool it.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. I was looking up.
I'm going to hit you, bro.
All right, man. Thank you, man. Asalaamu Alakum.
Walaikum assalam. Peace.
Boom.
That is how it should go, guys.
That was no pressure. Like, we're just about to go out and eat with a group of friends.
No pressure. That's actually the title of one of my favorite mixtapes.
Oh, yeah, no pressure. Logic?
No.
Who?
Nipsey.
Oh, my God.
Come on, bro.
I'm insane.
Easy to spot me a little red. I eat red ambient light.
Oh, yeah, no pressure.
Come on, bro.
Forgive you, brother. See, there was no pressure at all.
No.
And they're all like, hey, I'm about to go out with a group of friends. And if I meet somebody there that I think is cool, guess what? We can all go out again.
Exactly.
And I'll eat your bro. That was good. I know a better restaurant across the street. Let me
tell you what my favorite non-alcoholic beverage is. Sprite. Yeah, so guys, if you guys like this episode, make sure you guys hit us up.
Please.
Let us know what you guys think. If you guys are feeling that pressure right now, hit us up. Let's talk, because we definitely feeling it too.
Trying to converse.
Yeah, trying to get to know some of you guys' stories and whatnot. Don't forget, this month of July, we're going live 2 times a week. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. as we usually do. We had a great guest today, so a lot of you guys have probably missed it. Or actually, it's going to be up.
It'll still be up. Still be up.
Go on Instagram.
Young, the letter N, Muslim, Young and Muslim. Check it out, ASAP.
Where else can they find us, Mo?
Yes, they can also find us on Twitter. But if you want to listen to this episode, you just want to share it with somebody, you can definitely find us on all the major listening podcast platforms.
There you go.
SoundCloud,
Yep.
Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Google Play,
do it,
Castbox.
Subscribe.
Let's get it. And if you want to see these young, handsome, brilliant men flexing, no flex, zone.
Yeah, if you guys want to see us, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. And comment, like, and subscribe, my friends.
You know what to do.
So with that, for the last 49 minutes, you guys have been listening to the Young and Muslim podcast. My name is Jibril Salam.
And this is Muhammad Hassan.
And we greet you with the greens of peace.
Asalaamu
Alaikum.
Peace out.
Goodbye.